Okay, I got something else to show you. Everything I'm showing you, everything you're looking at, as far back as the eye can see. All of it. Every single bit of it. So you come over here. This looks like a massive ball of sap, but it's not. It's so tiny. It's like a grain of sand in the whole ocean. And I've been told by a novice miner that all rookie miners know that sap, that amber is petrified sap. Well, this is a much bigger thing we got going on here. And it's hard to understand unless you watched all my videos. Just watch them once, not going to do it. Because I'm not explaining a lot in detail like I used to. Because by now, my longtime subscribers understand. Or if you're a new one, you got to go back and start at the beginning to understand this biblical tree here, all around the world, that were felled by the angels. Okay, let me show you this piece here. Sorry about that. Let's go right over here. Roxy, there's that. There's quartz littered all over. Okay, I'll give you an overview of this. And we know how the trees break apart. We go down for a different angle. Okay, we're gonna go up there. Let you take a look. See, so all this moss, like I've said many times, hides the true color of what it really is a part of. Just a tiny, tiny part. Yeah, this moss hides it all. But I got plenty of areas in my videos where I show you the true color, or at least the best representation. This is just pockets of sap. And the gold runs in that. Quartz and gold always run together. And the cedar trees, their characteristics are the twists and turns. It's this piece here that's so tiny, probably went up and around and twisted all the way up, literally into the heavens. All this is the same. Let's see. And whatever was on that broke off is gone. This whole area in the space, all this space used to once be a tree. As far back as you can go is part of it. It's amazing. Alright, well, I think we're gonna move on. Okay, just wanted to document this and show you all. See all the twists and turns the cedar tree makes. Yep. And all this is the same. It breaks off with the flat edges. Just like all that. All of it. It's definitely spiritual healing. Okay, well, we're gonna move on. Let me show you. This is pretty incredible. Some of it's recognizable, some of it's not. But it's all the same. Like, you look at all this little stuff in the ground, like just about anywhere you go. You go down by the river bottom, you go to your mountains, national forest, even in your front yard. Okay? So look at this. Okay? And then when I take you around the corner, you're even going to be blown away more. Okay? This was a giant cedar. This whole area for, I don't know if you were standing in the center, if it's 100 miles diameter, but it's a pretty good, substantial size. This is all cedar. The whole thing, everything I've been showing you throughout all my videos. All this. And you see the quartz. All of it comes in different colors. And it's not just the simple amber that people are told comes from the tree. Everything comes from the tree. The mica is the tree. The palladium, the mercury, the feldspar, the gold, silver, oil, coal. All of it are the products of the tree. As crazy as that may sound, you can believe it or not. They do all the mining and all the resources from mostly stuff like this. These are silicon-based trees. They're biblical trees. Look at this. It does not even look petrified. Okay. Yeah, it looks just like part of a root of a tree. Like this tree coming down, you see the root coming under. You see these all over. All this right here is the same as all that. All that up there underneath that grassland. Underneath all that grassland. As far as the eye can see, all this down here is just bits and pieces of everything I'm showing you. When you see stuff like this, it's just weathered and worn and discolored. But when I go around the corner over here, you're going to be blown away. You're going to see the true color of this wood, or at least partial. Let's just walk down this edge right here. Okay? Hold on. Roxy, up here, girl. Come on, girls. And everything has the flat edge. Just like I've said probably 2 million times. That's probably 6 foot long. That's tiny. It's so tiny. That's like a grain of sand in the whole ocean. Now let's look at this. This here does not even look petrified either. It's on an angled side that's kind of not exposed to the weather. This is what the tree does. And you know what's crazy is these silicon trees, whatever magic was in them, so to speak, like the trees of the tree of life, the tree of knowledge of good and evil, they were different. The trees today are not like these trees, or these tree remains, these biblical tree remains. They were definitely special, because I'm telling you, just about every resource, especially on the periodic table, come from these trees. You can believe it or not. So I'm going to pause it a moment till we get right down here, so hold on. Well, I'm actually going to keep you going from here because I want you to see everything till we get over here. These trees broke down in so many different ways, but the thing that's helped me the most is looking at dead, rotted driftwood, branches laying on the ground. It's the same exact identical thing. I want you to look at this. All this with the moss on it is the same as this. Look at this. This doesn't even look petrified. None of it. But you look at this. And the tree's like fibers. The way it breaks. It'll break off like that, and then it'll break off like that. Look at this. This is, oh my gosh, look at this. All this right here that got the moss on it, all this discolored stuff, and everything I've been showing you is exactly the same thing. Every now and then I run into something that really shows the extent and the color, but I'm sure this is changed its original color also. It is incredible. This is just the way the tree breaks down. It splits because of the grain of the wood, like fibers. And in these cedar trees, they break down in so many different ways. It's you can't even, I couldn't even tell you. I've tried to showing you that over the years. Alright, well, we're gonna leave this spot and move on. Okay? Give you one more look. This stuff here. Hold on. This is the same thing. It's stone, but it sounds like wood. Even though you're not knocking on non-petrified wood. All right, well, and you know when they tell you about the largest tree in the world, Geronimo, oh man, they got Pinocchio nose. They do. It's such a lie, man. That tree is like a toothpick. The large 300-400 foot sequoias in California, they're literally like a toothpick compared to the size of this tree that once stood here. This is like a stump, magnified. The whole diameter of this area. That might sound crazy to people, but I'm telling you, it's the truth. If this is your first video or second one, you'll have to go back and watch all my videos and you understand. And you'll believe it, I'm telling you. And then when you understand scripture and what we see and what I'm showing you, all these hills and valleys are just like a broken off stump, and they've rounded and smooth. That's all it is on a massive magnified scale. It's incredible. It truly is. It's humbling. I mean, it really feels like the Garden of Eden here. Whether it is or not, I don't know, but it sure feels like it when you walk around here. It's so peaceful and blissful. Alright, well, I'm going to end this here and go see what other amazing things we can find. Okay? Alright guys, thanks for watching. Okay, we moved down a little bit and I want to show you some more in document. I've told you many times how the cedar tree of today and the biblical cedar trees are unique from all their twists and turns. So I want to show you here. Watch out, rocks. Here's some of the petrified sap, and you see the way it starts to go like this and it curves all the way up, but it also comes this way and it's going down, and Lord knows how far it goes down, connecting and turning all under the ground. Just wanted to show you this. The way it turns and goes up. It's pretty incredible. Okay, I got another amazing thing here. All this, everything I'm showing you, everything is as far as the eye can see. Now check this out. All this here, it's all discolored. Okay, and this is a tiny piece. I mean, it is massive, and it goes on and on. But this would be like a grain of sand in the whole ocean. You see the discoloration. Some places you could see the tree. Check this out. You come up here, and we're going to go up there and show you this. All this stuff that's discolored, all this right here, and everything I've been showing you is exactly the same thing. So let's go on up there. Ciao, Roxy. Okay. It's kind of steep right here, so give me a second. I'll give you an overview here. Some places the weather and the elements have not destroyed what it once was. So you get one of these, all these little pieces down here that you see in your neck of the woods, they come off. One of these pieces will come off and just be laying around. You see what it originated from. Okay? And the tree ring are like fibers, the way they break down. And then you got the quartz inside the tree, not the amber. These trees contained, they were biblical silicon trees. It was a massive tree. Okay. This stuff does not even look petrified whatsoever. Let's go up here and take a look here. Let's go over here. You see here, that's just the way they break down, like I've shown you in the pieces of wood. There's Roxy and Grace, my faithful companions. Walking in a gold mine is like walking in the belly of a tree. It's pretty incredible. Let's look at this. Seeing all this stuff down here that's got the silverish tint. You got the sap, the quartz. It's all the same thing, all of it. It's just been worn and weathered. Let's look at this. Okay, well, I'm going to end this part and keep on trucking on. Alright, so we're just going to take a little walk down this road. Not too far, because it's all the same, but I want you to take a look at what's under the ground. All this up there. We'll just keep kind of walking. I'll stop and let you look at that. walk down here a little bit. Same thing under this road, under all that grassland. It's all the same. Look at right up in here. It's just so thick everywhere. All them little pieces. Let me see here. Incredible. And it just goes all the way up. Okay, that's all I wanted to show on this little part. I actually just walked down the road a little bit just to show you this again. Just a little overview. It's everywhere. It's pretty incredible stuff. Okay, just wanted to document this a little bit. When you see little pieces like this laying all around in the mountains, just got to look around and you'll see what it comes from. You see right here, this is part of the bark, and this would be, in my opinion, like a grain of sand in the whole ocean. It's so tiny. And you see, this is just a small part of the bark. Okay, and you see this is turned into mica. This is mica, but it's part of the bark and the wood. This is just a little sliver of wood. But when it's got the moss and stuff on it, it's hard to tell what it is. You see part of the tree and the sap that petrified. Let's go right over here. Hold on. I showed you and told you how the tree rings turn to like fibers. Okay, all of this and everything else I've shown you over the years. You see a piece that recently broke off. What it actually looks like. It actually should be a little bit darker than that. Okay, and when you see stuff like this in the mountains, you'll know what it is. You just got to look around closer at things. This is where your flagstone comes from also. Large pieces of the ring of the tree. Okay, so we're going to keep on moving. I just want to show you some more of the petrified sap. Okay, these are just pockets. This is what the gold miners look for. The gold is in the quartz, which is the petrified sap. And I'll show you a couple of things that this is the tree, or just a small portion of it. Okay, let's go right over here and I'll show you a little more right up here. Hold on. Okay, look at this. These are pockets of sap. Sometimes they'll run a very long distance. You see that? That's the wood. That don't even look petrified. It looks like just real wood that's rotted. It's pretty incredible. Look at all the wood, and it's the petrified sap. The gold's in this. And sap today, when you look at, like on the cedar trees where they were damaged, you'll see balls of sap. You'll see little nodules like this. Some of them are microscopic because it's so small. But these trees are so large the microscopic pieces turn into massive nodules that fractured. And like I say, if you look at this under a scope, you can compare it to the crystallized sap on the cedar trees. It's identical. It comes like this. It'll come like this. Comes in all kinds of different colors. Alright, I wanted to show you this. This is pretty incredible stuff. Alright, we're gonna move on. This is quartz. It's part of the tree, part of the wood. This here is silver. It comes from the tree. It's not a deposit. Okay. Come over here. You'll see this is this piece is not petrified. This is cedar. Okay, you see that? Okay. Come over here and you see what it does. This is petrified. It's part of the cedar. Okay, this is just all part of the tree, the sap, part of the wood. Okay, come over here, see what it does. This right here could be larger than Trump Plaza, Trump Tower, just pockets of sap. That's how large these massive trees were. Over here, show you, this is all petrified wood. See here what it does. And the mica is the petrified wood and bark that turned into plastic sheets like your screen protector. That's like, they call it glass or something like that. You come over here, you see everything I show you is the same as this. And these are not individual rings. When I get over to a different area, I'll show you how the rings work. There could be a ring that's 2 or 3 feet thick, smaller or larger, but we'll just go say with a 3 foot thick ring. They come larger. I've seen them 6 foot, but they do this on the end and it makes it appear there's individual rings, but the tree has fibers. They're like fibers. So it may be hard to understand that, but I'll try to get you an example. They're far and few between, but I think there's one over this way I've seen before. But you see here, this is incredible. All this stuff down here, everything, all these little pieces and parts break off the way I showed you in the piece of wood, like fibers. It's incredible. Alright, we're gonna move on. Okay, well, I'm gonna show you something kind of amazing here. This is a quartz vein going up, which is part of the petrified sap. Similar to these little ones right here, but a little bit bigger. I've seen these pockets of sap running in between the rings of the trees, feet thick. And I'm going to show you that this is all wood. Okay?
I don't think you could.
You see, this is all wood.
Yeah, there's 2 walls. I'll go up there and see, and I guess I do see a crack. I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm with these 2 guys that came from Minnesota, 2 of my subscribers. Hey, this is all wood. Okay, it doesn't even look petrified. It looks like just old rotted wood, barn wood.
It's like a fossil of a tree.
And you see it going up. And I'm going to show you a couple amazing things here. Okay, and then it travels all the way up. Okay, and I showed you how these break off, and it's like fibers. This is all smooth because this is like one massive ball of sap. You come back here, see part of the source tree all the way back there. Let's take a look at this from up here. You'll see how it runs down. This is pretty incredible stuff. And it runs all the way up. And let me show you some more of the wood. I've shown you in my videos what's behind the moss. It's really hard to distinguish what it is. Okay, but places that don't see a lot of weather, you can see what it is. Okay, this is truly amazing. You know what else is amazing? You may have not seen it. So this is the second place we found this. This is bleeding out of the rock, and it's like a... Here, let me pause it, get a piece out. Hold on. Or actually, I'll do that when I get down there, and I'll show you. But I want to show you a view of this from down below. Okay, I want to show you this is all petrified wood, going all the way up. Okay, and you can even see it here. You see this, Ken? Yeah. Look at this. See, this is all wood and sap. I can see it. So let me get down and I'll show you. And if you look, this goes on and on and on, all the way back over there. Just one massive stump. So hold on a moment. So that was not easy getting down with one hand. And you see it goes all the way up. It's just all part of the tree. Come over here. And you see it's just the way I've shown you how everything breaks apart. Some of this is recognizable, some of it's not. You see, it's just all petrified wood. It's absolutely incredible. It is. You know what this looks like? This looks like bark. This really does. It really looks like bark. Look at this. I'm going to put a picture in here of what the bark looks like. Look at this. That is definitely bark. It is. This is bark. Look at this. Okay, hold on a moment. Okay, I'm just going to give you one more shot of this. And then I'm going to get up there again and take some pictures of this. And of the wood that's recognizable under there. If you've watched my videos, you know that what all this is. The moss just hides so much, and I've shown you what the real wood looks like. Okay, and it goes on and on and on. It's just endless all the way back there in them ranges. All right, let me go get some pictures taken. All right, I got something else I want to show you. You know, it might seem like a lot of this is a repeat, but it's really all different. So you remember how the tree breaks down, even the smallest pieces. You know, this is just starting to do it. And then you get all these pieces like such, the way they break down. So you see this piece here, if you look close, you can see the rings in it. Okay, they're like fibers. Okay, so let me go right up here and show you this. So you see that piece right there? That would be equivalent to this right here. Okay, you see the rings in it. You imagine over thousands of years that this is weathered and petrified. Okay? They come in all different shapes and sizes. So this is still attached to the branch that's underneath. All this is gone. This mound that goes all the way down. Okay, all this is gone. The bottom part is there, and it's on top of another one and another one. Let me show you this right here. Imagine how large these were. That's just one of them little tiny pieces that's still attached, and all this is gone. Just what remains is underneath the ground. Look at that. It's pretty incredible. See, this is not petrified, and it's a cedar, and you kind of see the resemblance. The colors all through here, same as them colors. This is the modern day, so if this petrified, it would look just like that. And you look through here, and you see the sap all throughout. This small piece of tree remain, but you see this is cedar right here. It's the same. So we're gonna go up top, but remember, all this is gone, all of it. All right, I'm going to pause it while I go all the way up top, so hold on. So what I'm going to show you here is similar to what I've shown in the past. You may or may not have seen it. But you see how this piece of cedar, how all this is gone. The other half is gone. And it's under the ground. Right here you see all this is gone. And we're going to be up here when we go up here. Okay, so all this ridge up here would be equivalent to right here. And all this is buried and or missing. And there's another one on top of it, and top of it, top of it. All these cedars. All the remains here laying on the ground are cedar of the modern day. Modern day, hundreds of years. So I'm going to show you. We're going to go right up here, and I'll show you. Hold on. Okay, we're close enough. So I want to show you here, give you an illustration. So this is a small, very small example, but you see how it breaks down. All the little pieces, and then they all fall down here. So all these little pieces that you see right here, all them little pieces that fall from here, okay, are all these little pieces right here, just laying around everywhere. They all got the little flat edges and the ledges, just like all these, just like all them. And we're going to be walking up top here. So all these pieces that fall away from here, that's what all these pieces are. And you see they always got the flat edges and different ledges. Right there. See? Right there. Just the way they break apart, all the this is so tiny compared to. We're kind of up on the top, and this runs down for miles. Every one of these hills do the same thing. Even when you get down into this grassland, it's the same thing. You see, everything has ledges. And all these pieces here all have the little flat edges and ledges. Because as I said, trees are like fibers. It's pretty incredible stuff. Imagine all this is missing. Okay, I'm going to pause it a moment. Okay, so you see here, these are all the breaks and cracks, the way the tree breaks down. You see this piece sitting there, all this straight across and probably higher is all missing. You see, let me turn around. Same thing under the ground. You know, and then here and there you'll see the sap that petrified in these trees. So that would be considered one of them little pieces. It's not little, it's probably 15 foot long by 4 foot tall. And then they just keep breaking down, like I've shown you many, many times. It's beyond comprehension. I mean, we're up so high, it goes on and on. And you'll see hills like this crisscrossed everywhere. It's like I say, pickup sticks, just like you see on the ground here. All right, well, I came up here because I just wanted to show you all this. See, so right here, this is what the tree does. See how everything just falls away? So all this is gone. And so all this is missing. Just like all this is missing. And then you get all the little pieces that continue to break down like this. And these are all the pieces you see everywhere. Like I said, for like 100-mile radius. It's truly unbelievable. Yeah, it is. All right, I'm going to pause it a moment. So, you know, sometimes you find pieces that don't have the moss on it. You can see the grain pretty good. I don't know how well that's showing up. It looks like it's shining. See the grain pretty good. So I'll show you here. There's that piece that I showed you. That's still attached. All this, all the way up to here, where the top of the ridge is. It's all missing. And it goes down for miles. It's incredible. So I'm going to pause it. We'll go down there and look at that piece one more time, and then we'll head out. So I'm going to give you a reference, again, how large these were. Here's that piece that's still attached to the branch There's my truck way down there. Coming all the way up here shows you how massive, all the way up to there. And this whole thing is the bottom side of, or the middle side of what's missing. This thing was massive. Like I say, it goes down for miles. They all do. So let me pause it a minute. Alright, I'll just show this to you one more time. It's really incredible. And we were all the way up there. And all this is part of it. Down for miles. And it goes on and on. It's pretty incredible. This is so weathered and eroded. So you see this right here. What this looks like. See that? Let me see. Let me take this up here. I don't know how well it's showing, but it's the same thing. I'll take a couple pictures of it and put it in. Alright. Alright. We're going to leave it at that. We're going to head on. So I'm going to show you just how large just the branches alone were, and this is a perfect example. So this is a tree, but what I'm going to show you here are branches, okay? A branch. So as we walk along through here, all this stuff right here, and all through here, we'll go back over there. What's going on is, this is a branch laid down of the biblical trees, okay? And then we are like an ant walking through all this. So for example, let me get a pointer here. If you see right there, you see that face and then a ledge in front of it, the flat part here, and then the ledge. Okay, that is equivalent to you have the ledge right here and the flat part right here, the upright, and then the flat part, just like this. See the flat part where my thumb is, and then the ledge up above it? It's the same as that. But this is, you see how large this is compared to, how small this is compared to the tree. So we're walking through here on top. The rest is underneath the ground or missing. All this up here that was here, it's gone. It's all laid out through here. And these pieces got spread out throughout this area and all across the world. Okay? And then if you look, you'll see all the splits and gaps between everything. Every little gap, every little split, okay? An ant could probably not walk through here. Every little split, some are a little bigger, but all these splits and all the missing pieces, okay? I'm going to show you something here. So, like I say, we're walking through like an ant on top of this branch. We're walking through here just like walking through here as an ant. So you come up through here, all these pieces. This is just massive. This branch was thousands of feet in diameter, and it goes on and on and on. So I mentioned the gaps, okay? We're walking through one right now. When I get down here, I'll show you when I turn around. And it's crazy because most everything laying on the ground is cedar like this, like that, like the generation of trees that are dead now that came after the flood. Anyway, this is one of them gaps right here. That's one of them gaps. And it goes on and on and on, like I just showed you in that tree. And this goes back for miles. That's how massive these trees were. And you see, we're like walking through the top of the branch all the way back. It's just like this, as if this was laid down. Okay, and we're just walking through here, and all these small, insignificant gaps, like this wider one, from here to here, and this one right up there. We're like walking through this mess here, and like this piece right here, this small piece, that would be equivalent to that. All of this right here is connected to the branch that's underneath the ground. Now let's go right down here and see, it goes on and on and on. This branch went all the way up, all the way over. You come right down here. I remember I've showed you many times how the wood is like fibers. This has the moss and lichen on it, so the color is hidden. This is not the color, but you come around over here, and I've shown you in some of my videos that it's all just like fibers. The whole thing. It is just massive. Here's a small little area that doesn't have the moss on it. It shows the tree color. Right here. Just this small area. This is all original cedar. It's incredible. It sure is. Just stand back. And like I say, this piece is massive, and it's just one of them little pieces. And walking up through here, I mean, as far as, I mean, it's for 100-mile radius. It's a branch after branch, crisscross, laid on top of each other, walking on top of them. And all this empty space, it's gone, like I've showed you in that branch. All right, so we're gonna move on. Okay, there's a few things I want to show you here. You know, this may all look a lot alike, but it's not. It's all different. There's so many different things to see. So this is a gap here, like I've shown you. It's a small one. Okay? And it goes on and on like this, all the way up, all the way from left to right for miles. And these are branches. Here's another gap. Okay, now let me show you this. You know, it's hard for some people to see or understand this. You know, it's kind of like origami or seeing in 3D. But this was a branch right here coming out of the branch, like a twig. You see here all the tight radius, and I'll show you right here. All this going up was part of a branch coming out of this tree branch. It's like a twig. Okay, and you come down here and you see you have the quartz here, but it changes material, and it's got some quartz in it, which is the sap. But this is a little different material. And then you come down here and it looks like an eye right here, okay? And I'm going to show you what that is. Looks like an eye. Like it filled in and tried to heal itself. Well, let me show you. So that eye would be similar to this right here. Okay? And then it split and it tried to heal itself. And you come right here and you see where this branch came out. And you see all the radius right here. Okay? And it continues around on this side. A lot of this is missing, so you're not going to be able to see it. But all this radius right here was the radius I just showed you. Where this branch, this twig came out of the branch. right here. A lot of this is monolithic from the weather, but this was all where another branch came out of this massive branch. Just like on the trees today, you have all these different branches like this that branch off from a branch from a branch. And that's all it is right here. Come down here, and this is that like eye. You got all the radius around it. Okay. This is also cedar, and this is like the eye with all the radius around it. Here's the radius where a branch came out, and from this branch there was other branches that came off that branch, just like that. All right, we're gonna move on.